hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for being with us here at Kenwood Country Club for this very special announcement. My name is Betsy Ross, and before we introduce our very special guests that we have to help kick this off, I want to give you a quick look at the history of golf in Cincinnati and what's to come.
This is the largest gallery that's ever watched golf competition in Cincinnati. We're very happy.
And it is a gorgeous gallery here just outside of Cincinnati. The story here, the headline reading Nancy Lopez.
Nancy, congratulations.
And this is the welcome that Nancy Lopez received just a moment ago.
And we could not be more excited to have the LPG coming back to Cincinnati. Now, if you were as fortunate as I was to be here in town when we had the LPGA Championship just up the road, you know how this town, how this crowd embraces the LPGA and its players. And so it is so exciting to have the tour come back, and we cannot wait to share the details with you. But you know, this is a big announcement, and so we need some big names to help kick it off. So we are a city, as you know, that has been the home to 3 LPGA commissioners, and so it's just fitting that we have the brand new LPGA commissioner to help kick this off and make the formal announcement. So please welcome Molly Marcoux-Samaan to make the official announcement. So as I said, this is the kickoff, so please make the formal announcement.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what an incredible, is this on? Can you
Yes,
guys
it
hear me?
is.
What an incredible week for women's golf and for the LPGA. I mean, obviously we're here fresh from the Solheim Cup, was just pretty much one of the most remarkable athletic events in the world, and certainly one that I've been to. It's sort of pitting the very best American players against the very best European players, and we had remarkable crowds here in Ohio. And then to be able to come here and to announce this really unbelievable success story for the LPGA, and to announce the brand new LPGA event, the Kroger Queen City Championship, presented by P&G. So the event, as you know, will take place in September 5th through 11th. And again, we could not be more excited to bring the LPGA back here to Ohio. I know we've just had, as we've seen on that video, some remarkable success over the years. We have the venerable Nancy Lopez here. We were talking on the plane about her wins, and she can still remember every single one of them, so it was great for me. But we couldn't be here today without our partners, Kroger and P&G. I mean, we've had over the years just tremendous support of the LPGA. We've been in existence for 71 years, and it would never happen if we didn't have, I like to say, the 3 Ps, sort of the people who work so hard to make it happen, the remarkably talented players, and the partners who really believe in who we are and what we do. And we've had so many of those, and we're so thrilled to have P&G back with us and to have Kroger with us. And again, there couldn't be more momentum or more excitement about being here. So thank you all so much. I just tell a quick story as I walked into the hotel on, I think it was Friday night before the opening ceremony, and I was with my brother, and the two of us grew up just loving the LPGA in every way. And we looked right at the door, and there was Nancy, Julie Inkster, Meg Mallon, and Beth Daniel. And we both looked at each other and we said, okay, this is going to be a fun week. And then we looked down and we saw the U.S. team, huddled together and really enjoying each other and the team golf, and seeing the European team do the same thing. And I think that's what this tour is about the history, the legacy of people who come together with excellence in every way and with passion in every way. So I think just right now the LPGA has really tremendous momentum. And I think there's a lot of reasons why we have such tremendous momentum. It largely really it's because we have this very diverse, very global group of women who are the best in the world doing what they do. And I think celebrating the fact that they are the best in the world. We often talk about how sports build leaders and build community and have the ability to inspire and change the world for the good and the positive. We have people like Lexi Thompson here who do that. She does that on the course, she does that off the course. And so I think we have this opportunity through golf and through the LPGA, as I said, which I love to say, to use the power of sports to inspire people and to motivate leaders. And so that's what we're also really excited to do, is to partner with Kroger and P&G on the Leadership Summit and to, sort of inspire a diverse group of women to lead and to have equity in society. So we, again, could not be more grateful for all of our partners here, P&G, Kroger, and to Kenwood Country Club. This is a phenomenal club. It's had a great history, and we're ready to get here and knock it out of the park. So.
Well, we are ready to have you back, that's for sure. As I mentioned, you are the brand new commissioner of the LPGA, so I know that you had mentioned that you have kind of a 100-day plan jumping into it. So where are you on that 100-day plan, and what have you learned so far?
Yeah, well, I started officially 4 weeks ago. And so the 100 days, we're sort of saying that's the weekdays. But as we all know, that we work on the weekends too, so we got a little extra cheat days in there through the end of the year. But the big first phase that we're in now is just listening and hearing from our players, hearing from our partners. And, I was at Solheim for the whole week, and I got to just meet so many different people. And the thing that has really stuck out to me is that people love the LPGA from all parts of our ecosystem. So I did a lot of listening this week and really trying to listen over and still watching these guys compete because I'm super passionate about what they do. So listening really closely, but also keeping my eye on the great golf that was happening. And then we're really just going to focus on, what are the high-level priorities? What are the resources we have? What are the priorities that we have in order to elevate the tour to the next level? I think it's been really successful, but we're ready to take it up a notch. We're ready to have closer to some pay equity with the tour, providing an environment for our women to sort of reach their peak potential and having the right schedule with the right partners and the right type of events, and really to expose more of more people to our players. Because when people see them compete, it's the hardest game in the world. And when they see them compete on that stage, they want to be a part of it. And so we need to kind of just build on where we've been to have more of the world see that. And so those are the things we're focused on.
And kind of leading up past that, this is a global game now.
It is.
It has reached this level that there are fans truly around the world who follow the LPGA every week. You have the television exposure to get to that global audience. So how do you leverage the stars that are on the LPGA Tour now? How do you leverage them to bring in more fans and perhaps just as importantly, more partners?
Right. Well, it's content, right? When people get to know our athletes, they love them and they want to cheer for them. I mean, you always know you want to cheer for someone you know and someone that you know their story and you know the work that they've put in to get to that point. So broadcast is obviously very important, television, but there's so many different forms of media now. There's social media, there's streaming, there's NFTs, there's all sorts of ways that people can learn about our athletes. And once they do, they're hooked. I know many of you in this audience are hooked already, but we want the young girls to see our women as, huge role models, as golfers, but as athletes, as people, as leaders. So we're going to leverage all aspects of the sort of media landscape to get there. Broadcast is really important because we want people to flip the channels and see the women and see, oh my God, how are they doing that on that stage? I don't know, those of you who watch the Solheim Cup, and Lexi can talk about this, with people cheering and screaming to then hit a golf ball as all those eyes are on you, that's pretty hard with your heart pounding. And so that's inspiring for women that we can shine in that light, in that environment.
Well, we are so thrilled to have the LPGA back. Congratulations on your new job. I know it's going to be exciting, and I know this won't be the last time we'll see you here again.
Absolutely not. I'll be here in September, and we'll have a great time.
All right, Molly, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Quickly, just want to thank the people at Kenwood for this again, and just thank P&G and Kroger. It's really going to be phenomenal.
Great. Thank you very much, Molly. Now I'd like to introduce a couple of more special guests that will help us kick off this event. It is not an understatement to say that when she burst onto the LPGA Tour her rookie season, she made an immediate impact and put the LPGA on the front pages. Not just the front sports page, but the front pages of newspapers and magazines. She won a record 5 consecutive tournaments, 9 altogether. She must have thought, wow, this is easy. Why didn't I come out on the tour before this? She made the LPGA the tour, the place to be. Cincinnati plays a big role in the history of Nancy Lopez. Not only did she live here for a time, she won the LPGA championship not once, not twice, but 3 times up the road. And you know what? After all these years, we in Cincinnati still claim her as one of our own. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Hall of Famer, Nancy Lopez. Our next guest, as we mentioned, is fresh off the Solheim Cup Strong showing there in Toledo. At age 12, she was the youngest golfer at her time to ever qualify for the U.S. Women's Open. She has a major title to her name, ANA Inspiration, a 2-time Olympian representing the U.S. And if you don't follow her on social media, you need to. She is a great follow on social media. Please welcome from the LPGA Tour, Lexi Thompson. Ladies, thank you both for being here. It is an exciting day here in Cincinnati. And Nancy, reflect back on your time here in Cincinnati. As I mentioned, the LPGA Championship was very good to you when you were here.
Yes, it was. But what I remember the most about Cincinnati is Skyline Chili and Montgomery and ribs.
We can hook you up.
Okay. Well, you know, when we came here many years ago, I lived at Kings Island at that time, and you know, that was really a special golf course for me. It suited my game. I played well there. I had some good golf. I did have one bad experience, and maybe some of the press might remember. I got a 2-stroke penalty for slow play on Friday. I shot 62, which was my best score ever on the LPGA Tour. But then it made it a 64 because I had the 2-stroke penalty. And the other 2 players I was playing with shot 78, 78, so I couldn't figure out why I was so slow. But I love that golf course, and you know, I had good memories because my dad was with me, and I used to hit it long. I remember the days when the wind was blowing really hard, and then I had one more really neat experience. The last, I think it was the last one LPGA event I won. I came out of my hotel room. I went to get in my car, and there was a bird sitting right on the top of my car. And I opened the door. He was still staying there, and I'm like, that bird is not going to fly away. So I decided to pet it. So I went to pet that bird. He didn't leave, and I petted him. Aww. I said, I'm going to win the LPGA championship today. So a lot of good memories of that golf course, and the fans were always fantastic. You know, and it was new for me because I was very young through really all 3 of those, and it became one of my favorite golf courses. And like I said, the fans were great here, and living here, everybody was wonderful.
Yeah. Well, we are so glad to have the tour back. And Lexi, we talked a little bit about Solheim. You made a putt Saturday. It looked like it was a mile away, and you made that putt on Saturday and really helped energize Team USA. Tell us a little bit about the experience.
Yeah, it's an amazing experience. The Solheim Cup is my favorite week on the LPGA Tour. There's nothing like representing your country, and anytime there's a team event that I can represent my country, it's my #1 goal to be there. And to wake up, put your country's colors on, and go out and be part of a team. You know, golf is such an individual sport. We don't get that opportunity very often, so there's nothing like it. You have a partner by your side, you're playing for a team, and to make a putt like that with so many people around you and knowing that you're representing, I get chills every time. I've been playing that video nonstop since I made it. It gives me chills every time, and it's just like, all right, this is why I play. Like, just to have that feeling to be able to represent and do what you love, there's no better feeling.
I mentioned that you're a really good follow on social.
Thank you.
You are not just a golfer, but you are a business person. You have your own company. What does it mean for someone like you who is stepping into the business side of it to have companies like P&G and Kroger step up and really support the tour like this?
Well, I think it's so important. I definitely want to thank Kroger and P&G for stepping in and helping the LPGA Tour out and to get another event in the States. It's a big deal for us, and we're so lucky and grateful to have partnerships like that. And it's very important. You know, I've played golf my whole life, and it's nice to be able to step aside and have other things involved with my life other than golf. And I think it just shows, we want to be role models, right? And we want to just pave a way for younger generation. I mean, I know I'm only 26, but I want to be a role model for, everybody out there. And I think it's important to have that leadership skills and to have partners like P&G and Kroger to be able to step in and show that importance. We're just ever so grateful for every partner that we do have on the LPGA Tour and to be able to have another event in the States. And I think it just shows how much women's golf is really growing. We're having these partnerships. We're having our fan base grow more and more, and just to be able to keep on gaining on that on the LPGA Tour, I think it just shows how much women's golf is growing, and that's what we want to continue to do, keep on growing the game and leave it in a better spot than when I first stepped in.
Mm-hmm. And Nancy, of course, you have had so many businesses over the years that you have stepped away from just playing golf, but to really turn it into a business. I know the LPGA has a act like a founder mantra. And when you look back at the LPGA and you've seen the ups and downs of the tour, where is it now and where can it go?
Well, the LPGA has definitely grown. I look at Lexi. She is such a role model for all those little girls that come out to watch her play, and she's one of the players that really gets it. She spends time with her fans, and which is very important. Sign the autographs, and I know there's days, and I was there, where you're done playing and you're tired, and you don't want to sign the autographs, but you do. You're supposed to. And I went to a few rookie orientations, and I told the young women, I said, when you don't play good, you still got to sign the autographs. And I said, and what happens is once you walk off that green and you sign the first autograph and they say, Nancy, hang in there. And then the next one says, oh, we love you, Nancy. And all these positive things that you hear. So by the time you sign all those autographs, you feel pretty good and you forget that you played badly.
That's very true.
So, yeah, it is. The tour has come a long way, and I could tell a million stories, but I was one of the first players that reached the $200,000 mark my rookie year, and I won 9 tournaments. I was having dinner with Annika, and I looked at her and I said, Annika, I said, didn't you win 9 tournaments? This was probably about 10 years ago. And how much did you win? And she kind of looked at me and she blushed, and I said, I know how much you won. $5.5 million. I think you should say thank you to me.
And I hope she did.
But the tour has grown tremendously since I became a rookie in 1977. The play, the players, the sponsors. We have some wonderful players, and it is a worldwide tour now. So we've brought players from all over the world here, and they all work so hard to be great. And my hat's off to them. And I'm, even though I don't play on the tour anymore, I support the LPGA Tour 100% and always try and bring someone else to the LPGA Tour to watch these great players. I don't think they get enough credit still. When they're out there, because they work their tails off, and you can see the beautiful golf that they play, as you can see at Solheim Cup. I mean, to me, that's my favorite event. I played in the very first in 1990 when it was very small. We had family and friends pretty much watching us, and we were very nervous because when you're playing for your country, it's a whole different deal. But as you saw, the best of the best playing in the Solheim Cup. It was really, really fun to watch. And I think we're just going to keep growing. I wish we could catch up with the guys. I think, back my rookie year, I thought we're going to catch up one day, and we haven't. But these players on the LPGA Tour are fantastic. Not just golfers, but really good people.
Yeah, that they are. Lexi, you're going to be helping us with our golf clinic later on. How important it is for you to really be involved and get young people involved in this game?
I think it's very important. I'm really looking forward to the clinic, just to see a smile on the little kids' faces, even out watching the LPGA events, and to make their day, to sign their hats or whatever. Like Nancy said, even after bad rounds, they're like, oh, you played great, I look up to you, and it just makes your day to see a smile on their face. And we want to grow the game. We want to see kids get involved with the game at a young age, because it is an amazing sport. You learn so much about yourself, and I think it's just a great way to give back, and it's just great to see them involved. I'm involved with like the LPGA Girls Golf Program and PGA Junior League, so to get them started and to have friends that play golf as well, and just to see them enjoying themselves out on the golf course, it's great to see. We want to grow the game, and I think that's what the LPGA Tour is really doing well.
And Nancy, just finally, when you see the tour in the hands of Lexi and some of the other young stars that we have, you have to be pretty confident about the future of the LPGA Tour.
Well, I'm really proud of the LPGA Tour. I know Molly's going to carry it to the next level too with her expertise, and when I watch these players play, I'm a very emotional player, always have been, and I'm just really proud of the tour. And I always say my tour because it still is my tour. Whatever way I can promote it and encourage the young women that keep playing this great game, and hopefully give them a few pointers to hang in there and keep working hard, because sometimes there's a little disappointment. These women have to play golf every day, and it's not always going to be perfect golf, as many of you all know, I'm sure. But there's a great feeling of when we started, how we started with the founders, how they did, what they did. I mean, it's really fun to listen. We only have 2 founders left, but to hear what they talk about, how it started, driving in their cars. They had different colored signs, so, one for the bathroom, one for eating, just one for a break, and to see where they came from and the history is so important for us all to know. And then as you keep going, and then the next generation came along, and then the next, and then you always want to leave, like Lexi said, the tour better than what you found it. And that's so important. I think Act Like a Founder was just a great mantra for us to pick up and take, because I think a lot of players can relate with that and what they have to do. Because it's not just playing great golf, it's being a good person and enjoying what you're doing and promoting your sport, because that's the way it's going to always grow.
Absolutely. Well, Lexi and Nancy, thank you so much for being with us and helping us kick off this very special event, and we can't wait to see you back here September 2022, and hopefully before that. So thank you very much.
Thank
Lexi
you.
Thompson,
Thank you.
Nancy Lopez. We are joined by Mandy Rassi from Kroger, Debbie Majoris from P&G, who are joining forces to bring the LPGA back here to Cincinnati and also use the combined perspectives of those 2 companies to really empower diverse women leaders throughout this community. Mandy Rassi, Vice President of Marketing at Kroger. Mandy? And Debbie Majoris, Chief Legal Officer, Secretary at P&G, and a member of the U.S. Golf Association Executive Committee. Thank you both for being with us. Mandy, I'll start with you. Kroger has a longstanding value supporting diversity and inclusion in Cincinnati and across the national footprint as well. What does it mean for Kroger to be the title sponsor of the Queen City Championship?
Yeah, well, is this on? We couldn't be more excited. First, just the partnership with the LPGA and with P&G as well. All 3 organizations share this passion and real commitment to women's empowerment and gender equality, not just for our companies and organizations, but for the communities that we operate in. So we're just really proud to be part of the team, sort of bringing this to Cincinnati. As you said, diversity and inclusion are 2 of our core values at Kroger. And a year ago, we publicly committed to really mobilize our resources, our scale, our people to transform the communities and our company culture through our framework for action. So we're really excited now, a year post that, to be able to share this announcement and be the title sponsor for the event to bring the LPGA back to Cincinnati, and really all the LPGA stands for. You guys have all heard through the conversation today. It's so inspiring to hear the stories of really how the LPGA has had such an impact, not just on, obviously, the athletes there, but on the broader community and gender equality. So we're really proud to be a part of that, and 30 years is too long, and that's how long it's been since the LPGA was in Cincinnati. So we're excited to be able to play a role in terms of bringing that back. And an important piece of the program, in addition to obviously the tournament itself, is the women's leadership program that we'll create to accompany it, which will allow us to really invest in diverse female talent in our community across both of our companies to really make a difference in terms of empowering women and also bringing resources and connections and support to help really grow the female talent that exists in the community. So we couldn't be more excited. We're really looking forward to the event a year from now and all of the leadership things that will come as a part of that, and then also sort of outside of the tournament week throughout that program that will go across the year.
We are excited for that as well. Thank you. Debbie, P&G and the brands have been supporters of women's sports, women across the board, but women's sports for many years. How do you see this partnership connecting the LPGA, a sporting event here in Cincinnati, and the leadership program?
Well, thank you, Betsy, and thank you, Mandy. Many thanks to Kroger and the LPGA for this tremendous partnership. We, too, are absolutely thrilled to bring the LPGA back to Cincinnati. Look, sporting events like this LPGA championship are conveners. They bring us together because watching world-class athletes like the women of the LPGA shows us what human beings are capable of when we use our talent, our dedication, grit, and sacrifice. And we're all drawn to that. And so what we would like to do is use the energy and inspiration that that will provide in our community to convene women together, working together on leadership. Golf is a particularly great convener because people of all skills, of all ages, can all play together. And when we engage as spectators in golf, we're right there. We're at the rope line, right there, walking with the players. We feel the energy, and we are inspired. So it's that inspiration that we want to take from that and use with diverse women, people of all genders across our community. You know, recently our Always brand surveyed, and more than 75% of respondents surveyed said that when they played sports in puberty, that contributed to their success in their careers. So what we really want to do is inspire girls, all youth across our community to play golf, to play another sport. Just get out and play something. And what we think that can mean for the youth in our community. And then ultimately, what we do hope, Betsy, similar to what Mandy said, is that other organizations and individuals in this community will feel this energy and inspiration in Championship Week and want to find ways that they too can help inspire our girls and all of our kids to want to play sports and to actually join us on this journey of gender equality, which P&G and I know Kroger are very committed to. So thank you all.
Well, Debbie, Mandy, thank you for leading the charge here with P&G and Kroger, and we can't wait for Championship Week and the events throughout the year that will lead up to the Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G. Got to get everybody in there. Thank you both. But now to the nitty-gritty of all this. We are talking about a golf tournament, and somebody's got to put it together. So we are thrilled to have with us Kevin Hopkins. He will serve as the executive director of the Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G. Also, Dylan Petrick, the CEO of Kenwood Country Club. Gentlemen. You know, Kevin, there has been a lot of talk over the last several years about bringing the LPGA back here to Cincinnati. How did the worlds converge this time around so it could actually happen?
Well, it's really difficult to put a golf tournament together, especially a new one, and to find the partners to do it. So you just saw the two women who were up here, you know, Mandy and Debbie and the teams behind you at Kroger and P&G. It does not happen without our title sponsor. So from a start, it's such a great baseline for us moving forward to bring this and make this what we want it to be. But it has been probably 2 or 3 years. Where's Tom Kempton? Tom Kempton's in the room somewhere in the back right. Many of you probably know him here, but Tom had a vision, and he's been working with the LPGA for the last few years to bring it back. And he tells a really good story that Mike Wan, the former commissioner, said, Tom, I've had 25 people come up to me saying they want to bring the LPGA back to Cincinnati, and we're 0 for 24. And thank God for Tom, because he was able to sell in not just the women's golf tournament, which is going to be amazing, but he was able to sell a vision for more than that, which is the leadership summit that Mandy and Debbie spoke about. So we're so excited to do that, and we're so thankful of the partnership in order to bring this event back to Cincinnati.
And Dylan, Kenwood Country Club has a history with women's golf. It was the host back in 1963 for the U.S. Women's Open. In fact, Althea Gibson made her pro debut here on this course at Kenwood Country Club, which is a bit of golf/tennis history I think that a lot of people didn't realize. But how do you see the golf course here adjusting to the game that Lexi and the modern players play?
Thank you. And first of all, on behalf of the 925 memberships at Kenwood and our over 300 employee partners, we're excited to team up with Kroger and P&G and the LPGA and welcome you to Cincinnati and back to Kenwood Country Club. So thank you very much for that. The Kendale course is a classic story of taking something old, renovating it, and making it modern and new, but keeping with the older traditions of a great course. It's now over 7,100 yards. 84 bunkers have been completely restored, and they are deep. And as our architect tells us, the rough is 2.5 inches thick, and it's called rough because it's not supposed to be easy. Pin placements have been restored to give the LPGA an awesome opportunity to pick pin placements to make it challenging or maybe a little easier on that day. Our members love the course, and it's continuing to reach its prime, and it's going to be in great condition for September 2022. We look forward to seeing all the players out there.
And Dylan, you mentioned almost 1,000 members here at Kenwood Country Club. What does this event mean to your members to be able to hold it here?
Sure. It's an awesome opportunity for our membership. Kenwood was one of the first clubs to really become a family club with great golf course, well before it was in vogue and the trend. We have over 1,000 children on our membership roster. We have the largest junior program in the Ohio area. We are the premier Midwest club. This is an awesome opportunity for our members, for our staff, and for the community to rally together to really empower and throw in an amazing event.
And Kevin, the amazing event goes to you. So what can we expect to see when we come back here a year from now for this tournament?
Sure. So, yeah, listen, our goal is to make this the best event on the LPGA Tour. And I think we've got the pieces in place to do that. Cincinnati is the perfect market for the LPGA, as Nancy saw, for so many years here. From a corporate perspective to support it, from a fan perspective to support it. You see the diehard fan base that supports all of your teams, your events, and your local universities as well, a few that are here today. So super excited about the market and where we are. But I also think you can expect the best players in the world on a world-class golf course. So many of you who are actually going to experience it today. But we'll have we've got a great place on the schedule, and I expect the top players in the world to be here. And a special thank you to Dylan and Denise, the entire board, and the membership. We are so excited to be here at Kenwood, and we're going to have a really special event that we'll put on for the community next year.
Well, we cannot wait. Dylan, Kevin, thank you both for being with us today. Appreciate it.